Today we're going to show you how to change the oil on a Infinity G35. This is a coupe version. It'll be the same on sedan, also the same for 350Z, and as well as be very similar to the G37 and 370Z. So first, pulled it up on some 2x4 ramps that I made. This car's lowered a little bit, so it makes it hard to get the floor jack under the front. So this 2x4 ramp, two of them stacked together, makes it easy to get the floor jack under. So first we'll get it up in the air on some jack stands, and then we'll go underneath. Alright, just one thing I like to do is use these rubber pads on everything that's going to touch the underside of the vehicle. So this is jack stand pad. It goes on the, of course goes on the jack stand, but then the pinch weld on the unibody cars sits in there, and that keeps from damaging the undercoating on the vehicle. And then same on my floor jack, use this rubber pad on there to keep from scratching whatever I'm jacking on, whether it be the front or rear subframe. Alright, so these are the only tools that you need to do an oil change. So you need a ratchet with a 14mm socket, something to catch the oil in, and then a glove so you don't get oil on your hand, and also floor jack and jack stands. Alright, so you just want to loosen the oil drain plug here, and then this is the oil filter here. Make sure the oil's not hot, so let the car cool down if you drove it. Make sure you have your catch pan underneath and your glove on to protect yourself from the oil. And that's why you wear a glove. So just let this drain out for a few minutes, and then we'll take the filter off, put the new filter on, put the oil plug back in. Alright, after it's done draining and you've put your new oil filter on, you just want to install the drain plug back in. Take a look at the crush washer that's on it to make sure it's still in good shape. Plan on replacing those every few oil changes. Okay, and then just tighten the oil plug. Be sure not to over tighten it, just needs to be snug on there. And then get a rag and wipe the oil drop off. Alright, then come back up to the top and locate the oil filler cap. Spin it off. Leave it sitting somewhere where you can see it, that way you won't forget to put it back on. Grab a funnel, shove in there. Grab your jug of oil. I like to buy these 5-quart jugs just so I can do it all in one pour and not messing with the smaller bottles. Pour all this in, and then take a look underneath the car to make sure you're not leaking oil on the ground. Alright, so we just got the 5 quarts poured in. Use the Mobil. We check the ground underneath, don't see any drips. So we'll let the car back down so we can check the oil level, and then if it checks on the dipstick, then we'll crank it, make sure everything looks good. Alright, after you lower the car back down, come back up to the top, make sure your filler cap's on, then pull your dipstick out. You're going to want to wipe it first, because the oil as it entered through the filler cap drained down it. And then you'll insert it back in, Make sure it goes all the way in. Then you want to pull it back out and look at the so once your oil levels in between the low and high mark on the dipstick, then you know you're good to go. Put the dipstick back in, start the engine, let it idle for a little bit, make sure you don't have any low oil warning lights. Alright, so hop back in, start it. No oil warning light, everything looks normal, so you're good to go. And then what I like to do with the old oil, I pour it in the jug that I just used and then take it to have it recycled.